Winter Soldier, strategy and deck analysis. Today, let's go. I was teasing it that I will be doing this another one of the strategy and then deck analysis, this time about Winter Soldier. I was teasing this like 4 videos ago even. And recently I was teasing it again. So I have to keep my words. I have to keep my words to you guys. We'll be doing some crazy things about him. Talking about how I like to play him, which playstyle you are able to choose by playing him, and what's the most optimal way to win as him. At the beginning, we have to set it right away, man. Winter Soldier is unfortunately not very powerful fighter. Simply because his deck is somewhat like balanced around him being fatigue oriented, infinite decky, this type of things. So unfortunately, a lot of his cards, his blocks, are really low. His attacks are very high, like they are up there. They are up there, bro. But his blocks are actually very bad. He has infinite healing, but infinite healing. Yeah, he has infinite healing. He has infinite card draw. In theory, in practice, it's somewhat different. However, it's all thanks to his infinite deck. However, this infinite deck is also very limited because you have to hurt yourself to get this infinite deck. So balance between infinite cards, infinite healing, infinite attacks, infinite 6 value attacks, infinite 3 value boost blocks, and having these infinite possibilities with your infinite deck. It's like a trade. It's like you are making a pact with a demon. Like, okay, I will be healing for ages or hitting for ages, but I will be taking damage. And that's the vibe about Winter Soldier. And why is it so well get? Like, we are talking too much, bro. We are talking too much. We have to go to through all of those cards. Like, go straight up to the video. So yeah, Winter Soldier, deck analysis. Let's go. Basic stats. One of the favorite parts of this video, in my opinion. Health is 15. Max of infinite. Why so? You have this one card called Born in Barracks, which gives you 2 healing if you win the combat. So in theory, yeah, it's like you have infinite healing, but I do know if this is very viable option, because this infinite healing will trigger for if opponent is not blocking your attacks with anything. Or his blocks are actually only 2 values and he's not blocking with anything else. So then you have infinite healing. Yeah, that's delusional. So your maximal health is 15, which is ok. Nothing more. 15 is above average, I'm pretty sure, currently. And it allows you to tank some hits. So because of this 15 health, you are able to go for some infinite deck things, because if you want to get to your infinite deck, yeah, if you want to take the cards from a discard pile and shuffle them into your deck, you need to pay in blood, and because your card that is taking this cards from the discard pile is very low value, so unless you are hitting with it or hitting with it, then you are paying with blood, because you will be blocking with this 2 value thing, which sucks. So we have 15 health, yeah, enough to take some damage, but with really low blocks and basically impossible healing. This is that's okay, that's okay. Movement is 2, yeah, basic, max of 3, because we have 3 value boosts, but and also this 5 value movement It's surprising, but you're using this very commonly because one of your very like a really powerful playstyle is to just run away and fatigue the opponent to death. So you will be running away like crazy, bruh. You will be running away from them with this 5 value boost. So yeah, this max movement of 5 is actually very crucial, very like important, but it's still basic because a lot of characters are able to do this. But with Winter Soldier, we're doing this more often than not. No sidekicks, that sucks. I guess you could have some sidekick Captain America thing, but then this character would cost like a third as much. So average boost value is 2. This is like, okay, nothing special. It should be basic, probably. You have a lot of those cards that have 2 value boosts, like a ton of them. Half of your deck, or even over half of your deck, is 2 value boost. So we are able to run for 4 a lot of times. But I don't know, man. This is like this is just basic, like nothing special. It's important in your playstyle because you like to run away as Winter Soldier, but it's just okay. Card draw, max of infinite, which is bad. What I mean by infinite is bad, huh? What do you mean, bro? What are you trying to say, lad? Mm, You know, the thing is, you might have infinite card draw. However, you see the concept. If you will be drawing more cards, then it will be harder to recover them. So eventually, you will just run out of cards, and uh, it sucks to say, but man, you will just not win by drawing a lot of cards with this character. And why is bad? It's bad because you only have like 2 cards that are drawing cards, and 2 of them are actually hurting you because you have all of those bad symbols on your cards, which gives opponent an advantage. And all of those draw cards things are giving something bad to you. So if you want to draw a card with your cards, then you are paying in some bad effect for you. So that's why it's bad. That's basically the explanation. Why is it so? Average block value is 3. This is very bad. Everything about this guy is bad. You're a glass coder. You only have 3 value blocks. Like, what the fuck is this, man? You have 2 5 value blocks, but they are just injuring you. Like, not injuring, but hurting you when it comes to hand size and then in RNG aspects of your hand or of your deck. This is bad. Average attack value is 6. Cinema. Cinema. Absolute cinema, bruh. This is like the best thing about Winter Soldier, except his infinite deck. You can just go in and slap with 6s. Like, average attack value is 6. What the fuck is this shit? This is crazy, bro. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, 6 value attacks are crazy, and you can just slap them. And also, all of those things that I told, that you have like infinite max health, infinite like card draw, you can also translate that you have infinite 6 value attacks. That sounds good, because I think it does. So yeah, as you can see, basic stats, this character sucks ass. However, his attacks are bonkers. And now we are going to his cards. Woohoo! Woohoo! Versatile cards. We have 5 of them. Also, while discussing all of those cards, remember, all of those cards you can take back from the discard pile and add to your deck again. So I will be not discussing it with every card. I try to mention it somewhat, but it's very crucial that all of those cards you can just take to your deck again. So it's not like there are 3 copies, like Feint. There could be as well, like, I don't know, 69 copies. If you're crazy. Maybe not that much, but you see the vision. And the most important card in your deck is Reprogram. That's why we are standing with it. 2 value, versatile. 3 copies, 2 value boost. After combat, choose 3 cards in your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. this is the card that I was talking about. You see, uh, the saving grace of this card is that it's versatile. Because if it was only a block value card, like blue card, it would suck so much, because then you would like always pay in blood for having infinite deck. Like always. But you can throw this card as bait, which because it's like 2 values, so you can go close to the opponent, you are ranged, so you can shoot them, and shoot them with reprogram. They cannot cancel you, because your ability is telling you that you are not able to be cancelled. Because you're brainwashed. It's basically the words from your ability. And yeah, you can just shoot them and take 3 cards from your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. I think I don't need to explain how powerful this effect is. Because taking 3 cards from the discard pile is basically, now I'm an infinite deck fighter. Yeah, the card overall, I mean, the value is bad, and if Winter Soldier wasn't like passively able to not be cancelled, this card would be so bad. But because you have infinite deck like always, because you are not able to be cancelled, this card is actually busted, because getting close to the opponent and hitting him with reprogram is somewhat for the opponent a difference between life and death, because sometimes we'll be hitting them with sixes and at other time we'll be hitting them with reprogram, and this is very weird, because difference between 2 value attack and 6 value attack is like it's huge, man. I think we are understanding ourselves. This is like a huge distance between damage. So yeah, reprogram. It is like the core card of your deck. You are not able to play this character with a reprogram. I mean, you are able to play him, but in other playstyle. If you want to play fatigue playstyle, reprogram is like necessary. And when it comes to some cool tricks about it, like I said, you just can come in and hit them with this one. This character is overall not really complex. His playstyle is pretty much like go in, like slap the opponent with high values, and they will die eventually. And taking advantage of your infinite deck in other matchups when you are not able to like damage them down. But overall, this thing, you are just playing between all of your 6 value attacks, because if you will be hitting them once with 6, then you're just taking a break, maybe running away. They will get close to you. You can, and they are and then you can just get close to them, because you have other card that allows you to switch its value to 6 whenever you are close to them. You can get close to them and play reprogram. They'll probably think that, okay, he is coming close to me, so it's probably the bionic arm. Sucks on you, like sucker. It's like reprogram, and now all of your high value blocks are being like wasted. So that's a cool trick. And then taking 3 cards from a discard pile is just a satisfying moment of ages. Like you're feeling like, oh my god, 3 cards from a discard pile, ooh, so good. Also, don't forget to take reprogram whenever you are taking cards from discard pile with another reprogram, because then you will just stack yourself with reprograms in the discard pile, never be able to take them back. So reprogram, I would tell 9 out of 10 card. It's only 9 out of 10 because this 2 value is meh, but you are just relying on this card, and believe me, this is one of the best cards from your deck. We are going to some actually trash things really quickly. Feint is like always 2 value versatile, 2 boost, 3 copies. It's good that you have 3 copies, because you're able to canceling more effects. Some characters have only 2 copies, and that's it's like you're not having those feints like Ghost Rider, Bullseye, but you have 3 feints, so that's good. Yeah, cancel of effects on opponent cards is basically like the tool that will be, like always, canceling the effects from the opponent. Like nothing crazy, man. Why should I even expect a feint to you? If you played Unmatched with even one set, that is not something like, I don't know, subtler T-Rex. You probably know this card and how powerful it is in some matchups and how useless it is in other matchups. Mm, Like good card to block because you will cancel like some cool effects. Good card to attack with because you will cancel offensive effects. Like nah, it's as always like 5, 6, or 4 out of 10. In his deck, it's like probably 6 because yeah, canceling effects is very powerful with character that has only 15 health and is susceptible to like all of those auto damage things which we hate, bros. Which we hate. Yeah, right. Okay, no, never mind. Next card. Wily fighting, 3 value, versatile, 2 copies, and 1 value boost. After combat, deal 1 damage to each opposing adjacent, which opposing fighter adjacent to Winter Soldier. This card is one of your best blocks in the whole deck. That's why you are not using this offensively. At least in many like scenarios, you don't want to use it offensively because then you will be wasting like one of your very high blocks, which means the opponent later will be able to like rush you uh, like more effective than previously. The only scenario when I see to use it offensively is where, for example, Medusa is surrounding you with harpies or some other character is surrounding you with all of those 1 health sidekicks. And then playing this on offense is actually very good because you will clear them up. This is the whole point of this card. However, what you like to see with it is wait for them to surround you and then hit you. Then you're playing while you're fighting. You only have 2 copies, so they will be like, okay, he probably don't have while you're fighting in hand. I can hit him. Surprise, surprise! Now all of harpies are dead. Mm, Even against someone like Eredin is very good because his boys can be like placed in this weird mm, structure where you are able to get between 3 of them and then you are hitting one of them with this and all of them are getting wiped out. But those are only scenarios when you are using this offensively because still Winter Soldier blocks sucks ass and they are very bad, they're horrible. And you need to save all of those high value blocks. Like 3 value block is very high on Winter Soldier because his blocks, like you can see, 2, 2, then you get 3 and 5, which is like punishing you so much. But yeah, while you're fighting, you are using it as a block on him. And also because it's one of the not that many blocks in your deck, I'm giving this like 6 or 7 out of 10, like easily 7 out of 10 probably, because yeah, like I said, you don't own blocks in your deck and you want to block, and even you don't care about this effect sometimes, like you don't care. Dealing 1 damage is always like fun and useful because yeah, it's 1 damage, it's 1 health point lower for the opponent. But yeah, many times we'll be just playing it for the block value, unfortunately, because we are so lacking defenses. Next one, Born in Barracks. Ooh, your infinite healing thing. 3 value versatile, 2 value boost, 2 copies. After combat, if you won the combat, Winter Soldier recovers 2 health. This will never happen. I don't know, man, how you would even win with this. You don't have any like damage modifiers that will bump your damage up. Like nothing. Mm, Opponent is expecting you to play something like 3 value blocks, 2 value blocks, so he will be hitting you high by exploiting this knowledge, so we are very easily exploitable. So then you will not trigger this healing. On offense, he will also will be like blocking high because you are hitting him with 6s. So he is like he needs to block with high values, and then you will not trigger the ceiling. So what this character excuse me. So what you will be doing with this card is the same thing that what you are doing with while fighting. you are using this as free value block because you are lacking high value blocks. That's it. You will still take a lot of damage, but if somehow opponent will hit you with something like regroup because he's baiting you, I don't know why why you should bait Winter Soldier. You can just slap him and kill him, but okay, let's say he's doing this. Then okay, then you are triggering the healing, which is okay, but we'll lose this healing in like next turn. So hmm. Because your blocks like are so bad, man. His blocks sucks. Yeah, so you're using this mostly for block 3 and same for wily fighting, but now you don't have cool effect. This card is like 3 or 4 out of 10. And I'm giving it 4 because it has free value. Nah, man, this is like delusional scenario. We are in Disneyland. Where if you are talking about triggering this effect, this is just so like you will just not trigger it unless some weird interaction will come your way. This card is like garbage. 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10 because this block is still respectable, but that's it. And then the last versatile, which is actually very like interesting, really very cool. 5 value versatile. What? This is high, right? And Winter Soldier. Yeah, Winter Soldier, like no shit, Sherlock. 2 copies and then 2 value boost, reflex memories. After combat with the star, the stars are uh, the effects that you are able to like turn off if if you will play one scheme card. They are mostly bad for you. So star effects are bad effects. After combat, discard 2 random cards, then draw 2 cards. Guys, guys, I do know. This is 5 value, so it's good on offense and good on defense. Like it's sick on all, like it's okay, like high attack on offense, and it's busted on defense. Only 2 copies, yeah, and but you can have like a lot of them. However, this effect is just so punishing. If you're playing Unmatched normally, you are like, oh, discarding 2 cards and drawing 2 cards is like I'm replacing 2 cards in my hand. This is cool. However, what this card is actually doing is it's like discarding 2 cards from you, so now you have 2 additional cards in your discard pile, which means your infinite deck is now like smaller. So you have to like get your reprograms to recover those cards. And then draw 2 cards. Okay. So drawing 2 cards, okay, but still random. Discarding 2 cards is random, and then drawing 2 cards is also random. This is basically like gambling better hand. Unless you replay this card as your last card in hand. Which at this point, opponent will be probably expecting. So he will be like hitting you with something like something small or something maybe even bigger that will just go through 5 value. Yo, that's some crazy like thinkful decision. However, as you can see, this effect is only good if you are playing this card as last one, because now you are not discarding 2 random cards, so you are basically negating this whole part of the card and then drawing 2 cards. So this card turns to be deal 5, not maybe deal, but you know, play 5 value attack, and then after combat draw 2 cards. This is alright. Like this alright. This is basically like this Ghost Rider card, the 5 value attack. So it's okay. Also, when you will block with it, you have very high chance that you will block everything. And now you may argue with me. So, bruh, you basically said that he has bad blocks, but then you are showing me this card and you are telling me that it's bad. And it's not bad if you look at it as a block. What's bad is the effect and moment when you actually want to play it. Because, like I said, discarding 2 cards sometimes is very bad, unless you have very bad cards, which let's say you have Born and Barracks and Faint. and this one. In this case, I could consider playing this card, because Burning Barracks and Feint are like not that important to my game. I can sacrifice them to draw two other cards, and who knows, maybe I'll get Reprogram and Wily Fighting. Those are much better than those two cards. So yeah, in this case also, like, it works. Also, there are a lot of bad attack cards in your deck, which sucks so hard that if you would play this and sacrifice them for two additional cards, two other cards, it's alright. Also, you can disable this effect with your scheme. However, it's hardly worth it because you have only two of those schemes. And if you will disable the star effects only for disable the reflex memories, it's weird. It's actually weird. You can do this, but I only see using it in some minor circumstances where you have full hand, full of good cards, which is not that common on Winter Soldier because your deck is like half of your deck is terrible and half of your deck is OP. So yeah, you probably would not play it even in that case. You would just wait to the moment when you have like really like little cards in hand, because you will be running out of them very quickly because you don't have card draw. Like, you can see no card draw on these cards, only here. And then when you will run out of cards, good cards, then you will play it and like refill your hand. So this effect is actually neat, but you see a lot of decision making around this card. That's why you are not playing it as like normal block or something like that. You are playing it in when conditions and stars will allow it to the moment where it's actually like you know valuable for you to play it. It will give you like great results. Then you are playing. It's not like all of those cards when you are playing them basically whenever you want. No, this one you have to set up for it. Next one, block cards. There are only one block card and it's awesome. It's so badass. Free value block. Complete the mission. Complete the mission, soldier. Free copies and two value boost. During combat, you may boost this card. Okay. And then, after combat, deal 2 damage to the opposing fighter equal to the amount of combat damage you took. And also, I am giving the reflex memories. Please jump to the. Yeah, I will giving reflex memories like probably 5 out of 10, maybe 6, because it's 5 value. But this card, in my opinion, is actually 10 out of 10. This is the best card in your deck, no matter which playstyle you're going for. First part is during combat you may boost this card, so you have this little control over the damage you are taking. You can balance it in the way that if the 6 is coming your way, you are discarding other card that has 2 value boost to like deal to this to like take only 1 damage, and then you are dealing 1 damage to the opponent. This is cool, like, balancing act. Sometimes you may be crazy. If you have a lot of health, you can say, okay, I will take this hole, I'm not boosting. So we are taking 3 damage from 6 value attack, and then you are dealing 3 damage back. It also works because your character has very like high attacks, which means you will probably kill the opponent quicker than him. It's similar case to Spider-Man, where you want to hit the opponent with auto damage. Like, what I'm trying to say is auto damage is more important for you, more like vital for you, than for the opponent who is, for example, playing control to deal you auto damage, to deal you damage at all. For you, this damage that you will be dealing with after combat effect is like so important, it's so busted, because now all of your 6 value attacks are becoming more and more scary the more auto damage you're dealing to the opponent. The truth is, you are sacrificing some of your health for it, but it's very like worth it, like so worth it, because if you have good hand, good like RNG, you will kill the opponent like faster by using this card. Yeah, with the help of this card. Because let's see the scenario. Let's say he's hitting you with 5. You can say, okay, I'm taking. I'm not using my during combat effect. So we are taking 2 damage. Opponent is taking 2 damage. He will not cancel it also, because you cannot be cancelled. So he is taking 2 damage. And now you are drawing like, and let's say he's attacking you again, now with 4, and again, you are dealing 1 damage to him and to yourself. And now you are drawing those 6 value attacks, and you are hitting him with those 6 value attacks. And you probably dealt like 5 damage. So now, in in the period of 1 turn, counting the opponent and your turn, so like 2 turns, but you see this is 1 turn of the game. In the like period of 1 turn, you dealt like 8 damage. It's respectable. You see, this card is very powerful. It's like the counter attack from Spider-Man, but now you have a decision over. And then decision over this whole aspect of, do you want to be more aggressive or more defensive? We discuss more aggressive way, which is not blocking that much, not boosting with this one. However, there's other side of this card, and that's the part which you will be using while you're on the fatigue playstyle, which is you are using your infinite deck advantage and all, running away, blocking like always. This card is OP in this scenario also. Yeah, it needs to be said, you can just bump it up to 6, which is very high block. How you are sacrificing other card for it, but sometimes if you will see that opponent is hitting you high, it's worth it to sacrifice your cards, considering that a lot of your cards are actually garbage. So it's very like good for you, very great for you to use those garbage cards to boost it up to 5. And then this card is broken. This is one of the best cards you can like take from the discard pile and take it back to your deck, because it works in defensive playstyle, fatigue playstyle I mean, and it works in offensive playstyle. Overall, this card is busted. It's 10 out of 10. One of the, maybe not one of the best block cards in the game, but I respect the hell out of this card. I am just loving this card. It's so good, bros. Like, it's so good. This is the card that basically allows Winter Soldier to live longer, and not just die, because he is blocking constantly with 3s and 5s. The fact you need to sacrifice the other card for it on character that doesn't really have a card draw is a little. It's a shame, but it's a shame that I am like ready to take. If I will get this cool effect and those good effects in the end. Like, huge potential about this card alone. Now for the attack cards. The good and ugly. Probably. What can I say? Without remorse. 6 value. What? 3 copies? What? 2 value boost. Okay. Without remorse. Butt effect. After combat. Butt effect, yeah, star effect. That you can cancel. We already discussed it. With the 5 value versatile. After combat, your opponent may draw 1 card. Okay, just draw the card, bro. I just draw this fucking card. I don't care, I just slap you with 6. Guys, like, this is 6 value. Just let them draw this 1 card. Who cares? Unless they're playing some very defensive character like Jill, Sherlock, Doctor Strange, Medusa. Unless they're playing those characters that have like high blocks, and they will draw it, and they will control the hell out of you. This effect is nothing. It's like you are trading 6 damage coming their way for the card draw for them. Like, just take the 6 damage, bruh. I'm taking this deal. Man, this card is awesome. This is like, in my opinion, 10 out of 10. Maybe not 10 out of 10 because this effect, but 9 out of 10. If you want to go for the aggressive Winter Soldier playstyle, which we discussed already with the previous card. Aggressive playstyle, basically you are going in and slapping them with those 6 value attacks. This card is like bonkers, awesome, 6 value. Wood, it's crazy. 3 copies. Also, you can recover them from your discard pile as often as you want. So, this is not like you have 3 copies of this. You might as well have 10 copies. 10 6 value attacks, it's 16 damage coming the opponent way. Like, he will die eventually, like, he has to die eventually. Bionic Arm. 2 value versatile. 1 boost value, 3 copies again. During combat, if Winter Soldier is adjacent to opposing fighter, the value of this card is 6. So, you see, another 6 value. Word. Butt effect. After combat, your opponent move each of his fighters 5 spaces. This is the effect that is more painful to you than the drawing 1 card. And like, in many scenarios, moving the fighters, letting the opponent moving their fighters is much more like scary than giving them card, in my opinion, because now if you attack them first action, they will just run away, like guarantee. Yeah, you dealt 6 damage, which is like busted. Like, this is this card, but now you are not able to play it from range for its full effect. But it's a great bait machine. You can get close to the opponent and hit them with something like we said, reprogram, and they will expect you to hit them with Bionic Arm. And now you can bait them to play high value block, and you're probably and for example you played Marksman, and now they wasted their 4 value block. Stonks. Great. Like, good deal, man. This is good deal. However, I am not very like positive about this after combat effect, because sometimes it can just screw you over, like straight up. If opponent is playing more aggressive fighter, hell, even Oda, like if you give this effect to Oda Nobunaga, he will just he will take like 3 damage from it. But the next turn you will be surrounded by his boys, and now you are getting like you're basically dead. They will slash you with their katanas to death. So yeah, this card is like this card, but actually you have conditions. They're not that hard to like check, but still you have conditions. And I think this card is like 1 step lower. That's why it's 8 out of 10. Still great option to take back from your deck in offensive playstyle, because 6 is 6. Like, what can I say? 6 is 6. And they cannot cancel it, so you can always come close to them and hit them with this, and they will never cancel this effect. So they could like give it a 6 value, and that wouldn't change that much. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Those 2 cards overall are very busted. Like, if you want to play offensive Winter Soldier, big hits Winter Soldier, be my guest, those cards are there for you. You fell in love with them and make children with them or whatever. Never mind. Like, I will stop with this bullshit. Next one, program it to kill. Oh my god. For value, attack, 2 copies to boost. After combat, bad effect. If you want the combat, take 2 damage. Bro. If you will win combat with it, you will probably deal more damage to yourself than to the opponent. This card is bad. This is garbage. This is... you should probably never play it with character that has 15 health and basically no healing. Like, what are we doing, man? This card is garbage. Like, change my mind, but this is so bad. The only good thing about this card is that there are 2 copies, so it's like, it's not like it's shitting all over your deck with its 3 copies. And also it has 2 boost values on so we can use it with the previous one, the block value with this one. So you can bump it up to 5 to block more in defensive playstyle. But otherwise this card is so garbage, it's so bad, I hate it. It's like 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 because still you can like boost it with 2, and you can use this one scheme to like cancel this effect and remove it all together. And then you have 4 value attack, which is like, okay, you spend 2 cards to deal 2 damage. Nah, man, this card is sucking like ass. So bad. Next one, Marksman. Y value attack. 3 copies, so it will just shit over all of your deck. And like break your whole draw, whole deck. 1 value boost. So it's even worse. During combat, and add +1 to discard value for each space between. I don't even want to read it. This is like garbage. The only good thing about this card is that you can use it as bait. As we said, you can just get close to them and they think that Without Remorse is coming, so they will block with 4, and turns out it's Marksman. Okay, that's the only good use. But will you take it back from the discard pile? No. Will you play it like otherwise, except of being like bait? No. Like this effect will never like give you enough boost to bump it up to something great. I don't know what map should you even play to make it like worth it for the effect. This card is only the bait machine, nothing special. Even the boost is garbage. So this is like stupid, like bad card. I'm giving it 1 out of 10. It's somewhat better than this because this one, at least it's not injuring you with 2 damage, but it's injuring your brain when you will play it. Nah, man, this is garbage. It's 1 out of 10. Scheme cards. A boy named Bucky, 3. Both of them have 3 value boost. 2 copies. Ignore any star effect on your card for the rest of your turn. Gain 1 action. This is the card that I was talking about. That you are basically removing all of your star effects, so it's like you have ongoing scheme for 1 turn. And you are playing for free. However, you see the thing. 3 value boost, boys. Oh, yeah, we like to see it. Especially in the playstyle where we are running away. Because we want to run far and we want to block high with complete the mission. So this card sometimes is basically, not even sometimes, in 80% of matches, this card is basically telling you I am 3 value boost. And you don't care about the rest of this card. Because you just want to run away in defensive playstyle, you want to block high in defensive playstyle. It has almost no use in offensive playstyle because, yeah, I mean you can use it with reflex memories to cancel all of those draw card, discard card shit. You can like remove this give opponent a card effect or opponents moving their sidekicks effect, like you can remove it. But I don't know, I mean in offensive playstyle you want to do this because this card is like not very useful in this playstyle. Because you don't care about running away, you are not scared of the opponent, so you will be sitting constantly in his zone and just hitting him with 6s and blocking with high values. Not high values, but you know, your free value values. So this card is basically the what can I say, a fatigue playstyle exclusive, because then its effect is actually very good, because free boost is adding 3 additional movement to your movement, so you are escaping the opponent and now he has to like get close to you. He's drawing 2 cards, so now he's closer into fatigue, and you don't care about drawing cards and discarding this card for running away because you have like awesome fatigue game with your infinite deck. And yeah, that's it. And also it's great to use with your complete the mission, because now they will just deal like nothing to you. So I'm giving it 5 out of 10 because it's great in one playstyle, which is defensive playstyle, and it it is like not very like necessary. It's like not necessary, it's not bad, but it's not necessary in the offensive playstyle also. Manipulation. 2 copies. Draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. Bad effect. Each opponent may draw until they have 5 cards in their hand. This is the first like thing where the bad effect is not actually bad, but you can see this is basically refilling your whole hand and it's refilling all of your opponent's hand. So until they're playing something like aggressive hero that is constantly going close to you and hitting you, this bad effect is not very bad because control characters will be always having full hand. Fatigue fighters will be sitting on 7 value cards the whole game, and big hits characters will also be sitting on 5+ cards always. So the characters that you are scared of are aggro fighters that are not really relying on drawing. Like for example, Yennefer entries. If you play this character, this like effect against Yennefer entries, I'm sorry, but you are basically killing yourself. Or if you play this effect against Chupacabra or maybe Raptors, against Raptors you are dead anyway, but if you play this effect against Raptors, you are dead twice as much. However, this first effect is bonkers. Like drawing 5 cards on character that has basically no draw except reflex memories is like you are basically depending on this card that you will draw it eventually and then draw the whole hand. What I like to do is to play both of those cards if I am going for the aggressive playstyle to get all of my 6 value attacks, and then if I will play reprogram to get the cards back from the discard pile, then I'm taking one of those and then 1/6 and then maybe another reprogram, or if it's the first reprogram I am taking another 6. Why so? Because this gives you so much tempo, and if you want to play for the big hits playstyle, which works like 50-50, because against all of characters you want to be 50-50 as Winter Soldier. Against half of the roster you're playing big hits, and against half of the roster you're playing fatigue. So yeah, it's 50-50, and if you are playing against this other 50-50 part, which is like susceptible to rushing down and hitting and high hits, then you are taking it, playing it, you are drawing all of your 6 value attacks, and you are going to town with it, like hitting them with 6s and taking them back. This card is awesome, it's great. In my opinion, it's like 8 out of 10, unless you are playing against someone like I said, Yennefer Triss or other aggressive character that is not really having against Tomoe, for example. This is very bad effect, like this horrible effect against Tomoe. So yeah, great card overall, great hand refillment. It's awesome on character that wants to go aggressive. In defensive playstyle though, this card is so bad. I mean, this effect is great in defensive playstyle, the fatigue playstyle, because you want to draw the opponent cards so he will enter fatigue faster, so it's still like great in defensive fatigue playstyle. But the first part you don't like. You don't like to draw 5 cards. Unfortunately. And that's, I think, is mandatory. Yeah, it's mandatory. And yeah. The second effect is great against in your fatigue playstyle, but the first effect is just destroying you. So we are using it with boost, and yeah, even in the fatigue playstyle, 3 value boost, you can run away as like far as with Bucky, and then you can boost your complete the mission with this up to 6 again, like with Bucky. So it's still great. This card is 8 of even 9 out of 10. It's awesome, great. Okay, now strategy and guides. I already like discussed both of them, but I want to summarize them. We are already getting close to 1 hour, so I want to finish this shit. Works against low block fighters, glass cannons. Like I said, One offload playstyle is basically to go in and slap the opponent with high values. Basically, you are becoming a big hits character, and it's very effective. So against those characters, for the most part, those will be the aggressive characters, like Robin Hood, like Raptors, Chupacabra, T-Rex. All of those fighters are somewhat less canony. Ghost Rider, Bullseye, you know, those characters are very less canony. Even Sinbad. So if you'll be smacking them with sixes all the time, they will eventually die. And that's surprisingly effective. And you want to pick Winter Soldier against those fighters because then you have a shot against them. And but you have to be like actually like you have to know what you are doing, because if you are picking him against character that, yeah, he is very aggressive character, but he has bad blocks. Unless you know how to like exploit weakness of this character, which is probably to hit them as often as possible and then draw cards with your yellow scheme. Unless you don't know how to do this, this character will unfortunately probably rush you down because of all of those bad blocks that you have. So you have to be confident about this pick. Where you works perfectly is fatigue. Against fatigue. Because fatigue fighters, for the most part, relying on certain things that not really are giving them infinite decks, but they're trying to like prolong their deck as much as possible, and they have great tools to it. Like Sherlock is not having infinite deck, he is just playing so many schemes that it feels like his deck is very infinite for average fighter. But for you, he's not having infinite deck. Because your infinite deck is probably the strongest in the whole game. That's why you can shut down all of those fatigue fighters. They still have better tools in combat than you, probably. Yeah, they can deal with their effects with you, but your fatigue game can just bleed them out slowly, but eventually it will bleed them out. And all thanks to this whole ability that you are not able to be cancelled, because this card reprogram is not, you are not like able to be cancelled. So you just, it's not like you can have infinite deck like Daredevil, unless they will just feign their devils, his devils. You just straight up have infinite deck, and so you are winning against fatigue. Doesn't work against, unfortunately, everybody. Everyone else is just slapping you, killing you. Big hits are destroying you with high values. Control characters will just control your whole game to death. And they don't care about 6 value attacks, because their blocks are so high, they have a lot of effects that are just mitigating damage, maybe splitting damage, retaliating damage. So yeah, you can do nothing about control. OTK will just bump you in one turn. Something like combo, you hate combo because you don't have card draw, so they will just destroy your whole hand in one go, and then you are just running away and then dying slowly because you don't have card draw. So yeah, he's tough, he's very like rough against a lot of fighters. Win condition: hitting with sixes, 6 values constantly, or by fatigue, up to you. Like I said, you have two basically playstyles to choose, depending who you're going against. And the hardest part is to pick, yeah, actually the hardest part is to pick which playstyle you should go. You should like choose in certain matchups. You have to know those matchups if you want to play Winter Soldier. That if you are going against Robin Hood, for example, you can play Fatigue, but maybe you will be able to just clear up his outlaws with your Wily and then hit him with 6 value attacks, and then he will just die. Yeah, like just shoot him straight up, easy. So yeah, those two playstyles are very effective. They are very powerful, but you have to know the matchup. You have to know what you are doing and which playstyle you want to choose against. Other example, maybe. I'll give another example. I just need to look at my shelf with Unmatched. Who else? Shakespeare. Like the same story. You can just use offensive playstyle to go in, go wildly fighting on actors, and then just shoot him to death, like full ammo, full. Just shoot him to death with 6 values. He's dead. He will be not able to even do his combo on you if you will just kill him so quickly. Easy. Same for Titania. You can just rush her, because you will not win in fatigue. So we can go in and slap her with 6s. Just, you know, full auto at her with 6 value, and she's dead. Yeah. So up to you. Search for, complete the mission. Easily the best card in your deck. You want to like get to it as fast as possible because it's great in defensive playstyle, which is like, you know, they're hitting you, you're hitting them back. And in defensive playstyle you're just blocking high, so this is great. 6 value attacks, you're also searching for them. They're useful even in defensive playstyle. Slapping with 6 is like very good if you have time for it. And with offensive playstyle, they are mandatory to get like as fast as possible. You want to like count this damage, those 6s, as quick as possible. And then reprogram. Reprogram is basically the core of your deck. This is basically the base for your fatigue playstyle. And for your offensive playstyle also, because you can use it as bait to recover some 6s, some schemes, and complete the missions. This is basically the infinite deck machine, so it's like obvious that you want to find it. Same for both of those cards. And that's it! Thanks for watching! We did it! We discussed this garbage character. I actually love Winter Soldier. I know that I'm insulting him so much, but he is actually very fun. He is very cool to pick. I think this whole part of choosing your playstyle is more fun than not. Like, surprisingly it's fun. Like, if you look at your opponent's roster and you're like, okay, I can pick him because I feel confident to take him against all of those aggro characters because I can just rush them down. Or I feel good against all of those control fighters that my opponent is having, so I can just run away and pick Winter Soldier, and if I will die, but I have a fair shot against them. Yeah. So to sum it all up, Winter Soldier, 2 playstyles. Aggressive playstyle, big hits. Defensive playstyle, running away and fatiguing the opponent out, shooting them with reprograms from time to time. The most difficult part is to choose which playstyle you want to go for. If opponent is not having really high blocks, maybe consider offensive playstyle. It might work for you, like much better than just running away the whole game to just realize in the end that opponent is constantly catching to you and hitting you for like 2 damage. Eventually this 2 damage will add up and you will die. So offensive playstyle in this case could be like much more like better for you, because you will be hitting them so much that they will just die before they will aggro you down like you know, to death. So yeah, those 2 playstyles, you are choosing between them, and I saw even on tournaments that people are picking him and destroying Achilles with 6 value attacks. So as you can see, very flexible character, very cool. 2 playstyles, 2 different personalities, very cool concept. Unfortunately, deck kinda sucks, but we don't care. We just want to slap high or like run away, so opponent will just bleed out. That was all for you guys. That's it. Thanks you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace!